Hi, I'm Katrina Hawking and I work for the ALS Association.
Hi, I'm Robert Hawking and welcome to the September virtual wine tasting.
The ALS Association Evergreen chapter provides services for people living with ALS in 4 states: Washington, Idaho, Alaska, and Montana.
In this episode, we decided that what we would like to do is honor the Evergreen chapter. So we're going to feature produce from all of the 4 states. And we have 1 sparkling white and 2 reds.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Yes, okay. So I've got to go and open the white and the sparkling, and then we'll be back and do some tasting. That's good. Hey, so our first wine is Treveri Blanc de Noir Brut. So it's a Columbia Valley sparkling wine, and it's Méthode Champenois.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I think that on the last video I was saying how much I loved a rosé, and I love a sparkling just as much as a rosé. Oh, look at that. Look at that color.
Yes, it's got a slight bit of colour, this one, which is probably due to it being a Blanc de Noir. So that means it's a white wine, but it's made with red grapes, in this case Pinot Noir. Lots of sparkling wine is a mix of white and red grapes, or sometimes there's Blanc de Blanc, which is white grapes only. So yes, it's got a little bit of a colour.
Just slightly pink or salmon coloured?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's got a nice slightly creamy taste to it. Yeah,
It has strawberries, maybe
Yeah.
a bit of strawberries and cream.
Yes. So I've had the Blanc de Blanc and I think the Rosé sparkling from these people before, but I think this one's got a bit more flavour than those. Though I had to actually, the other ones are generally available. I had to order this one from the winery.
It is really juicy.
Yes, and so to taste with it, this is our produce from the great state of Alaska, the largest state in the Union. So this is some smoked salmon. It's actually salmon candy. I bought it at the Pure Food fish market in Pike Place in Seattle.
Right, so we've got a Washington sparkling and Alaskan salmon, is that
yes.
right?
You want to try a little
Yes,
bit?
I would love to try. This is actually a really big bit. Should we just eat the whole thing?
Yeah, you may want to
Okay,
just...
I'm just going to eat the whole thing. Salmon candy.
So it's, I think it's belly, and it's smoked with it in a slightly sweet way.
That's delicious. What do you think? How does it hold up to the wine? I haven't tried my wine again yet.
Maybe just a little bit strong for the
I don't know. I mean, for a sparkling, the salmon is very strong.
Yeah.
And this sparkling does hold up.
Yes, well, sparklings tend to go with quite a lot of food. So I like it. Yeah. So this is Méthode Champenois. So that's the method of making sparkling wine they use in Champagne, and the fizz comes from secondary fermentation in the bottle, and then they go through a process to get rid of the yeast out of the bottle. Okay.
So we're celebrating food and wine from across the 4 states that the ALS Association Evergreen chapter serves. And we have an event coming up that's going to take place in all 4 states at the same time. Living with ALS is incredibly expensive, with an ever-changing need for equipment, from walkers to power wheelchairs, from respirators to eye-gaze computer controls. And even the best insurance doesn't cover everything. The ALS Association Evergreen chapter provides equipment loans and grants for families in need. And you can help either by making a donation now or by participating in our upcoming event. The Walk to Defeat ALS is September 19th, and it's going to be a really safe event because we're hosting it as a walk in your neighborhood. Families and teams can gather and choose where they want to walk, whether it's around the block or in a local park, a trail, or even their own backyard. We'll have walkers in 4 states participating at the same time. So even though the groups are going to be small, this is going to be the largest event that the ALS Association Evergreen chapter has ever hosted, and we're really excited about it.
Okay, so let's move on to our second wine, and we're again in Washington State. So it's Genuic. I never actually quite worked out how you pronounce that. It's a Merlot, Columbia Valley 2016. So it's sort of a garnety color.
It's a really dark red.
Mm-hmm. Quite a nice aroma coming off there.
It's so soft.
Yes, it's sort of smooth and elegant, isn't it?
It's incredibly soft. So this is another Washington wine, at Columbia Valley.
Yeah. And so Merlot is one of the wines that Washington State does well. In our next wine tasting, we're actually going to do Bordeaux blends, and Merlot is a major component in Bordeaux blends. But this is a varietal Merlot. I think they actually do have 5% of Cabernet Sauvignon added in there regularly. I couldn't actually find out for this vintage exactly, but that seems to be what they regularly have in their Merlots. Yeah, so this will go well with meats. It's with your elegant food dishes, I think.
I mean, the wine it's such a standalone wine that I almost don't want to pair it with anything. Mm-hmm. Just drink this one all by itself.
Well, so what I actually have is some cheese to go with it.
Well, I've changed my mind then because I really love cheese.
So this is our produce offering from Montana. This is an aged Gouda. It is from the Flathead Lake Cheese Company in Polson, Montana. So
this cheese arrived in the post. It came through the mail earlier this week, and actually when Robert and I were first dating, he would get cheeses sent from his mother. Robert's mom Jane has a house in France, and she would buy unripe camembert and just put them in the mail. And I, of course, never met anyone who'd gotten a cheese in the mail before. Now I'm the sort of person that also gets cheese in the mail from Montana. Robert was expecting a cheese to arrive, and it didn't arrive, so we sort of wondered what happened to the missing cheese and how ripe that camembert might have been. So, okay, I was busy talking about camembert. What sort of cheese is this?
This is a Gouda.
This is a Gouda, not a camembert.
And it's aged, so it's got been slightly crystallized.
Oh, okay. It's got a little crunch to it.
Yeah.
So, and this is a Montana Gouda?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Sheep's milk?
No, this is cow's milk.
Cow's milk, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's delicious, and it does actually bring out even more flavor in the wine. So I stand corrected on saying that I didn't want to pair it, because it is delicious with this Gouda. Oh, so Robert was saying that the next wines we're going to be tasting are Bordeaux, and what were you saying? The Merlot is a
component of the...
Merlot is, I'm just learning this, Merlot is a component in Bordeaux. So we actually offered a basket of premium Bordeaux wines as a silent auction item for the gala last month. And those are going to be the wines that we have for our October wine tasting. And I'm absolutely delighted that my coworker, Chris Johnson, was the winning bid on the basket. And so Chris will be joining us for the October wine tasting and trying some of those Bordeaux. And this video, we're offering a different item. We are offering the wines for the November wine tasting as a raffle item. So if you make a donation to enter the raffle, make a donation to my walk team, which is Team Hawking. And for every donation, no matter how big or how small, you'll be entered in a raffle to win a basket of the November wines.
So it should be fun. Okay.
It'll be great.
So,
I should say, you need to make the donation to Team Hawking by the 19th of September. That's the cutoff date for donations that will enter you in the raffle. But please feel free to continue to donate even after the 19th if you miss that date.
Okay. So, moving on to our final wine, we actually moved to the state of Idaho.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been wanting to do an Idaho wine in one of our tastings for a while, but they're actually, it seems to be pretty hard to get them in Washington State. So I actually had this ordered, and it came by from the winery, and it came by mail. So this is Cinder Syrah 2018 Snake River Valley. So this, and they are in Garden City, Idaho. So that's the area around, that's near Boise.
So hello to anyone who's watching from the Boise area, as well as everywhere else in the chapter.
So it's a very dark color, which is fairly typical of Syrah.
It's got an amazing smell.
Syrah wines tend to be quite full-bodied. Yeah, there's sort of strong dark fruit, maybe sage in there.
Or tarragon?
Yeah.
Something herbal.
Yeah.
And something just a little smoky, like bacon.
Yeah. So, yes, this will go well with sort of rich, dark dishes, I think, yeah.
This would be a good one to have if any of you are preparing wines for the holidays. I think that this would be a really nice, it would go with goose or turkey, any of the things that you might have for a holiday meal. So I think we can all agree that 2020 has been a very difficult year, and I really think it's time for some good news. You all deserve some good news, and so do we. So remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? 2014, 6 years ago. Well, just this week, there was an announcement that a drug that was funded by that money, they raised $200 million for ALS research. And this week, a drug that was funded by that money the statement has been released that it slows the progression of ALS, and that's just fantastic news. So if you took the Ice Bucket Challenge, thank you so much. So what I'd like you to do is please sign the petition that we've linked in this video, that asking the FDA to allow people with ALS to start taking this medication as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for supporting the ALS Association Evergreen chapter.
Thank you for joining us in this wine tasting, and look forward to seeing you next month for our premium Bordeaux tasting.
Oh, the Bordeaux tasting is going to be really fun. Thanks for watching, and stay safe. Cheers. So give me another little bit of the champagne.
Yes, I was afraid that this might happen.
All right, what I need is another glass of champagne.